My 56-gallon Fowlr tank. I just switched the light to a T5 HO, and I had a metal highlight over there, but it was generating too much heat between all my tanks. And this video is just of the Fowlr tank. I have a sail-fin tang who outgrew my reef tank, and I really need a longer tank than this one for him, but there's more open water in this one. Blue jaw trigger and a clown trigger who's only about the size of a quarter, and I am open to trading that blue jaw for a smaller one for anybody locally watching this. It's my sump. I'm really surprised to be getting this on tape there. Typically, they don't act like this. It's my son in the background. It's not me making all that racket. And I'm not the best cameraman either, so please don't complain about it. I think if that trigger's not careful, he's going to get scalped a little bit. The tang's being really aggressive. I've never seen it act like that. And the blue jaw trigger is not a very aggressive trigger. It's pretty docile. I had put a very small Niger trigger in there, just a little bit bigger than that clown, and it pretty much dominated the blue jaw and bit off quite a few of its fins, and I had to get rid of it. It was somewhat inhumane. The blue jaw's, in my opinion, better to look at. And I really want a smaller blue jaw so it can I can kind of compare its growth with the small clown trigger I have. And in my sump, I have an acrylic box with an outlet on this side. Just on the bottom it's a hole, and it you don't need a bubble trap right there, but it works pretty good, and it slows the flow down coming in. And then I just have a large mass of different types of macro. ASM mini G skimmer. The old skimmer just circulates water so it doesn't get stagnant. I have a Mag 12 return pump, which is teed off going into 2 tanks, and I have my 2 heaters in there. If my reef tank wasn't a disaster right now, I would show it, but when I changed to this T5 Lite, it slowed down algae growth in this tank and it sped up in the other tank, and I have an outbreak of diatom algae right now. The T5 is a 50-50 with the 10K and actinic, and the actinic really brings the color out in the fish. I didn't expect it to, but it does, and I have a small frog spawn that's still recovering from the tank that I got it out of, and I'm trying a piece in this and in my reef tank to see which lighting works better for it. When I got that blue jaw, I came home and his trigger fin, his top one, had poked through the bag and water was spraying out of the bag. So if you ever buy triggerfish and you haven't, be sure that they double bag it, or you have a styrofoam container to bring them home. He was stuck in the bag. I had to cut the bag open and get him out, but he survived. On this tank I have a CPR overflow with an aqua lifter pump. You pretty much can't use them without the aqua lifter pump. They say it's optional, but it just traps too much air up there in the overflow. I think that a typical triggerfish would be fighting back more than this one is. He's pretty calm. I looked into getting a female as well. But I don't think that I have room. Well, I think that's going to be the end of this video. I will be posting another video with my reef tank in it, possibly a video with both. And before I close this video, I will show the support brace that was here. It is not here. I had a forum on Linoma Reefs and we had quite a few discussions about it. This is how I reinforced it with a 2x2 on the canopy. The canopy fits tight all the way around, and I wedged a shim in there just to be sure that I was getting enough support on it, and so far so good. The more rock I put in there, the less weight's on the glass because it takes water out of it. So I don't have very much water in there now, and it's not past its max deflection when I measure it, and when I put it into any of the calculators or estimators that were shown to me on the website, it passes its safety factor. So you should probably run the numbers first, but on a tank that's not as long as some of the other tanks, you can probably be alright, but if you don't know, you should double check. Thanks for watching.